Are you ready to take your business, career, and mindset to the next level? Then it's time to join the conversation on Laquita's Toolbox. Whether you're an entrepreneur, leader, or someone just looking to level up, this show is packed with powerful insights and real strategies to help you succeed. Imagine yourself here, sharing your story, your expertise, and making a real impact with an audience ready to grow and thrive. With Laquita's Toolbox, you'll be inspired, empowered, and part of an incredible community that's all about winning. This is your moment. Don't miss the opportunity to be a guest on Laquita's Toolbox. Unlock new doors, connect with like-minded professionals, and elevate your brand to new heights. Ready to make your mark? Head over to www.laquitamonley.com, Laquita's Toolbox, and sign up to be a guest today.
Welcome to another amazing episode of Laquita's Toolbox Live. I am your host, Laquita Monley, and I am absolutely excited on this very thankful Thursday, you guys. You know why? Primarily because this is the day that the Lord has made, and I am rejoicing and I am glad in it. Amen. You guys know that each and every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're right here with you guys with brand new episodes of Laquita's Toolbox Live, streaming across our various social media platforms, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and as well as on the Parade Deck Network with our amazing military community, and on the Daily Faith Network as well. So listen, guys, as you're coming into the space, please get in the comments. Let us know who you are and where you are from, and be prepared to engage in this conversation. We want to hear from you. And if you don't know, let me let you know. Get out something to write with and write on, because our guest today is none other than Mr. Archie Jenkins, Mr. 180. And you do not want to miss any of the tools that he will be sharing with fellow entrepreneurs on tonight. So don't just sit here and look at this by yourself. Hit those like, share, and subscribe buttons, and let's get this broadcast out to as many people as possible. I see we have some people coming in the space. Thank you so much for coming in the room. Again, get in the comment section. Let us know who you are and where you are joining us from on this evening. Listen, Mr. 180 is an amazing, I like to call him a serial entrepreneur. The man of God wears so many hats. And tonight he's going to be sharing with us not only tidbits about his story and his journey, but he's also going to be leaving some wisdom and some tools for fellow entrepreneurs that we can add to our toolbox that will help us grow both personally and professionally. But before we bring him up, let me take the moment to thank our sponsors at Covenant Press. Covenant Press is a faith-based Christian apparel and accessory shop where we as believers are able to shop online for clothing and accessories that allow us to wear the message of the love of Jesus Christ. Go out to www.covenant-press.com. Again, that's www.covenant-press.com. Shop until you drop. Don't click off of those pop-ups too quickly, because they do contain valuable discount codes. When applied at checkout, you can receive some amazing savings on your purchase with Covenant Press. Listen, guys, Mr. 180 is in the house on today. As you're coming into the comment section, again, let us know who you are and where you're from. And there he is, none other than Mr. Archie J. Jenkins Sr. How are you this evening, sir?
I am doing well. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
Listen, it is definitely my pleasure. I am doing well. I cannot complain. I won't complain, because it's the day that the Lord has made. So we have nothing to complain about.
Yes, ma'am. Or like I like to tell people, if I do complain, you don't want to hear it. So there's no sense to me complaining about it.
That part. The people who listen can't solve a problem. They just know.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Mr. 180, please let the Laquita's Toolbox Live audience, those that may not know who you are, let them know who you are and, some of the wonderful things that you're into right now.
What's up, everybody? I got to do it like I know it. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. 180. I am here live and grateful to be in the building. I'm the owner of 180life.com, 180lyfe.com. The owner, CEO, and founder of 180 Life Enterprise Magazine. I am grateful to be able to do PR and marketing, taking your company to the next level on a professional level to make sure that you are ready for the world that is out there. Bringing you more customers bit by bit on a professional level. The magazine has went international a year and a half ago. So I am grateful, grateful, grateful to be in the building, to be called upon. I am also the MC, the host with the most. I'm your nephew. I'm your uncle. I'm your cousin. I'm your little brother that just like to have a good time and there's a vibe. So I'm grateful to be in different movements. Big shout out to all of my sponsors and all of my endorsements from Sin Styles, Z Speaks, Sophomore Music, the people that keep me going to make sure that I'm able to do the things that I'm doing. But yeah, I that is me. I am a husband. You know, I gotta
Yeah,
first say that first I
come
am a husband. I am a father of four wonderful children. My two little babies are my heart and joy. I know the older ones get upset because we talk about the little ones. So they said I had to start adding them into the bio. But I am grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for everything. My wife makes sure that I'm able to go and do the things that I do to be great, to make sure I'm able to take care of my family.
awesome, awesome, awesome. Listen, we got a couple of people coming in the space. Mr. Eric Keel Neal. I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you for joining us from appreciate you there, man of God. We got a couple of people in here. Mr. Bernardo is joining us all the way from Uruguay. My brother, what time is it there? We definitely appreciate you sharing your
Right.
time with us on tonight. Listen, and we've got none other than Miss Lachelle Atkins, aka America's Supermom. She is fantastic. And you guys that follow us, thank you so much for following, liking, and sharing. Because here in just a couple of days on my birthday, which is October the 1st, Lachelle and I will be sharing a stage, the parade deck stage at the Military Influencers Conference in
Wow.
Atlanta, Georgia. And we're going to be talking to an amazing group of people within our military community. So shout out to Parade Deck, shout out to the Military Influencers Conference for allowing me to broadcast my show, Laquita's Toolbox Live, from your stage. So if you don't have your tickets, get your tickets. Join us live on October 1st from 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen, we got some folks coming in from LinkedIn. We got some folks in the space from YouTube. We got some folks in the space also from my God, Facebook. So listen, we're enjoying you guys on here tonight. Get in the comments. Let us know if you have any questions for Mr. 180, because as small business owners, entrepreneurs, creators, whatever space you occupy, if you are not properly informed about the necessities of PR, you need to sit down and make sure you focus tonight, because in order to grow, yes, we have to be visible on social media, but go ahead and tell us a little bit more, Mr. 180, on that next level of growth. What are some of the things that our entrepreneurs need to have marked on their calendar, on their things to do list as it relates to PR?
Let's first start off with those photos, guys. We're not taking the selfies. I know everybody thinks that they're a photographer. You get these iPhones that cost so much money, so you think that, hey, I could use this picture. Well, I get a lot of people that come to me with these selfies, and it's like, no, we don't. You need to make sure that you are investing in your image. So make sure that your headshot, make sure that your photos are professional. They are, high resolution. They are ready to be printed. My resolution has to be a certain amount for the magazine to be printed. And they'll reject your article. Even I'm going to even go as far as I've worked with some of the major magazine companies, Ebony, Jet, and they'll reject your article and won't give you your money back. So you have to make sure that your photos are correct. PR is important because when I'm in the boardroom, a lot of people, they get on Google and they Google your name. And you want to make sure that these news articles that you're a part of, these different things that you're a part of, are pulling up on the ranks of Google. You want to make sure that everything that you're doing is, and it's sad that we're in that type of community. Make sure that the numbers and networking is key. Your network will depict your net worth. Again, I'm going to say that again. Your network will depict your net worth. Meaning, it's not what you know, it's who you know, it's who you can connect with. Make sure that you're going to different networking events. Make sure that you're going to connect with different people. Don't just go and think, oh, well, I got a PR manager. Now I don't have to do nothing. No, y'all have to work hand in hand and make sure that, hey, I am doing the necessary things that I need to do to make sure that my company gets to the next level. So put it on your calendar, networking events, networking events, and then package yourself correctly. Make sure that your image is matching. Make sure that the things that you're a part of is matching your brand. Make sure that it's matching your brand because like one of my clients say, I can't lose. I can't give up. You got to make sure that you're pushing yourself more. I live, breathe, sleep, eat, wake up 180 life. And you have to do the same thing with your brand because you have to understand if you're not doing it, how do you expect somebody else to be able to sell it more than you are? You can't.
That's real good. That's real good. We are our brands, and we
Yes,
have to
ma'am.
have that confidence in that. And I love everything that you just said because I have an iPhone 15. Now, we're not going to talk about how long it took me to upgrade to that, but I
Wow.
will share I'm getting the 16 because my God, this just came out. But I do understand that those photos are excellent photos. They're great photos, and perhaps in the hand of a professional photographer that knows how to use this device to its full capability, we might get some good quality photos that are worthy.
Mhm.
But there's nothing like that professional brand photo shoot. You need to have that as a part of your speaker kit, as a part of your media kit, as a part of your brand kit, no matter what area you fall in this entrepreneurship journey, those professional photos and updated and regular professional photos are necessary for your toolbox as an entrepreneur. So thank you so much because that's a good starting place for that. Now, in terms of PR, if you could, because sometimes when people think about PR, I don't think that they fully understand what a PR agent does versus not. You're not their social media manager. You're not doing those things. So what are some things because you have talked about getting people in magazines, getting people on stages. What is your primary focus for your clientele? How do you help them scale and grow?
So of course I'm doing magazine placement. I'm doing blog placement. One thing about a PR manager, we're on the ground. We're making the connections. Let's just be real, and if I could be black and white, you're paying for these connections that I have. Basically other companies are going to contact us PR managers before they're going to contact you individually because the PR manager knows what these companies want. When I make a connection and I network with a company, I know that maybe this company might be more relaxed. Maybe this company might I've already done my research of what they're looking for. So that's what a PR manager is able to do is make those connections. So while you're on your 9 to 5 or you're working part-time here or doing whatever you're doing, you're able to say, oh, okay, they're out there. I'm in Atlanta. I'm on the ground at these networking events, giving out cards, connecting. I'm in St. Louis. Right now, I'm in Dallas, Texas. Everybody knows I do not live in Dallas, but I'm in Dallas, Texas working. I'm connecting the dots for you. So then when you get those PR managers, you're able to do so. And it just makes it so much easier. Now, do I tap into social media presence and social media marketing? I do. That's another feature that comes with marketing and being in PR. That is another feature that I do have. But you have to also, like I explain to people, be careful what you put on social media, especially when you're a business owner, especially when you have a brand. Everything is not meant for social media. Everything, like, make sure that you're using social media as a business. If you're using that to sell items, use that to sell items. I understand people want to put their kids on there. Make you a personal, family friendly, family only social media. You don't have to put all of your business on social media. Make it business, business, business. And then you have your personal stuff that if you do want to put all your business, I woke up this morning and I'm glad about it. If that's what you want to put on social media, do that. Now, if you're an inspirational leader and that's your thing, yeah, that's cool, but do understand when it comes to branding, make sure whatever you're doing matches the brand.
That's so very well said. And I want you to say it again. It is not necessary to put
You don't got to put
every.
everything on social media.
Come on now. I
Let
breathe 2 times a day. We don't have to do that.
we don't My thing was everybody got mad at us, me and my wife, because everybody knows we have 2 kids under 2. Well, y'all didn't post the baby. My baby didn't get on social media. And we're real cautious on our
Mhm,
youngest child being on social media. We was cautious with our oldest, being on social media. We didn't put him on social media for almost 10 months. Like you don't have to put everything on social media. Have With me, I have a private life. A lot of
mhm,
people don't even know sometimes when I'm going through things because I don't put everything to social media. Now I might have a tangent or something, but I don't have everything where you're gonna know what's going on social media. Use social media for what it is. Be social. Do it in a
mm,
media form and
yeah.
make money.
Yes.
Look, network. Use it as what it was made for. It was made for networking. Let's network with each other and support each other. It's sad that the community that we live in now is drama filled.
Mm,
Y'all don't want to watch it unless it's some drama, unless it's something going on. Then the views will go up,
yes.
but when you're building a brand, you have to be very cautious what you're putting on social media because you don't want to get to where you were supposed to be, where God destined you to be in five
Mm.
years, and then they're coming back. They posted on social media 10 years ago that they didn't like the color black.
Come
Now
on now.
you're deemed as a racist because you said, I'm just saying hypothetically, just be careful
Right.
what you're doing because you want to make sure that if this is what you're supposed to be doing and God is giving you prosperity in it, you don't want nothing to be able to come back and get you.
That's so very true. I was having a similar conversation as this several weeks back with another podcast guest. His name is Mitch Carson, and his podcast is syndicated on. Now, see, I'm about to say it wrong, so don't quote me. It's either ABC or NBC. It's one of them. And he said what you just said, um, that we have to make sure our social media is clean. We
Hmm.
have, unless you are going for the crazy dramatic housewife thing. And if that's your
Hmm.
thing, knock yourself out. More power to you. Be blessed because you're gonna make a ton of money for sure. But if that
Yeah.
is not, the drama filled area that you want to do business in, then you need to do a social media sweep. And so let's just think about it. In the current drama field space that we have, a very popular R&B artist that we all know and potentially love or like. I don't know where you at with it right now. He deleted over 7,000 tweets. He didn't do that.
Mhm.
His PR team did that.
Yeah.
You
And
don't
and
want
we
that.
go through, and that's the thing is as PR, we're supposed to go and for example, on your podcast, I need to make sure that my client matches your brand. Make sure
Right.
you're matching my client's brand. I don't want to
Right.
bring on all my clients aren't, church people. I have
Mhm,
rappers, I have
mhm,
singers, I have gospel singers, I have
mhm.
preachers. But I'm not about to take my rapper to the gospel radio station because I know that they have an opportunity. No, that doesn't match.
That
You
doesn't
have
matter.
to make sure that your PR manager knows your brand and make sure that they're out to match. And one thing is, if you don't use the same person for PR and social media marketing, they have to be close to each other because if you see it, you have to report it. Hey, listen,
Yes.
I seen this on social media. I need you to pull that down
Mhm.
because you never know who's looking. I had somebody inbox me today. Oh, I looked up 180 Life. I said, you don't even follow me. What are you talking about? And told me about my last 3 interviews, told me about this, told me about that. That lets them know. They went on my social media and they just
Mm,
scrolled for 2 hours. I don't have 2 hours to scroll through. Now, you pay me enough money, I will delete 720 tweets, 800, 900 tweets. Now, that does take, all night. They was up literally all night. While we was snoring, they was deleting.
they would
But
do-
you know what I'm saying? You gotta get people. You have to build a team. I'm gonna say that,
Right,
and that's
right.
the issue that I have with a lot of entrepreneurs. You don't have that team. You have to build a team of people you trust. You can't
Mhm.
do everything.
Right.
Yeah, I got 15 businesses, but none of them are successful. All of them are duds. So you've not
Mm,
haven't mastered anything. Make sure that
mm.
you build a team. Make sure that you're building, and then write your vision down. What is your end goal? That's what I
Come on.
ask every client that I get with. What is your end goal? And when you can tell me what your end goal is, now let's make the necessary steps to get to that end goal.
To get to
And
that
you
end.
can do
Right.
that in life. You can do that in relationships. You can do that in business. Me and my wife, we sat down. What is our end goal? Our end goal is having 3 houses and us sitting on the back porch watching our grandkids run around in the backyard and telling them to get off the slide because you riding it wrong. So until we get to that point, you can't leave me, I can't leave you. And we're gonna make it happen and we're gonna keep going. Same thing in business. My end goal is for it to be a household name.
Mm,
Sometimes you change your end goal.
come on.
Sometimes you be like, you know what? I've accomplished this. I remember I wanted to sell 1,000 magazines in a year. I sell 5,000 magazines a month.
Come on.
And it's like,
Come on.
you know, but I still need your support. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
I've made it. That doesn't mean
Yes.
that I'm doing anything. Because one thing about it, I need business owners to tap in and understand you got to invest in yourself. You have to
Yes.
invest in your business. If I told y'all that I spent $1 million on 180 Life to get to where it's at, you know what I'm saying? And I don't have $1 million in the bank, but I believe in my business that much.
Mhm.
From
Mhm.
stuff that we don't even use, some stuff was unnecessary looking back at it, but just knowing like I always invest in the company. I'm always gonna have 10 to 15 magazines on person. I got 2 phones, an iPad, and a laptop. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at these microphones. If you're a podcaster, okay, this is what I can afford right now. But guess
Mhm.
what? Let me go ahead and give me a better microphone because I done made me a quick little $200. Let me upgrade my
Let me
system.
update. Right.
You have
Right.
to make sure that you're constantly buying back into the company, pushing back into it so then it can push out. Because if you do not see growth in
Mm,
a year, 5 years, baby, what are you doing? You got to ask yourself, what are you really doing?
right. Is this a business or is this a hobby? And if it's a hobby, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with having, the saying says boys and their toys. That's pretty much saying men have expensive hobbies or expensive
Mhm.
gifts. I have an
But
expensive hobby
but can I
of
say
gardening.
this though?
Yeah.
Can I say this? Don't
Go ahead.
let nobody, because I remember when I first started and people would shoot at me, how's your little business doing? Oh, you
Oh,
still
see,
trying to work that hobby? Don't
yeah.
let people diminish your company. But
Right.
I do have the 555 rule and I have the 3 month rule. My 3 month rule is if nothing comes of this after 3 months, we got to change it up a little bit. I'm not
Right.
saying give up on it. Now, there are some things now when it comes to 555. Okay, we done tried this 5 times. We done tried to change it 5 times. Guess what? We're gonna go ahead and yeah, we're gonna stop that part of the company and we're gonna push
Hmm.
some more ducks over here. But
Hmm.
don't let nobody come over. It's a hobby. Because guess what? There's people I can look at singers. I know a singer right now. I can't say his name on the air, but I know a singer right now, and he got a Grammy. He got a Grammy.
Mm.
He told me personally that he wrote the song 10 years before he got the Grammy. He pushed the
Wow.
song 5 years before he got the Grammy, and then he finally got the Grammy. So that
Wow.
tells me that I
Perseverance.
have to keep put right. You have to stay consistent. Stay consistent. Stay consistent because one yes can change your whole life. I
Come on.
decree and declare one yes can change
Yes.
your whole life.
Yes. Yes. This is so very true. Listen, y'all, Mr. 180 has been dropping some amazing gems, and we are going to continue this conversation with him. So if you happen to be listening and you didn't have anything to write with in this commercial break, go ahead, get you something to write with and something to write on so you can come back and get those gems. Also, hit those like, share, and subscribe buttons, and let's get this broadcast out to as many people as possible. And we'll be right back with you after this short commercial break.
Are you ready to take your business, career, and mindset to the next level? Then it's time to join the conversation on Laquita's Toolbox. Whether you're an entrepreneur, leader, or someone just looking to level up, this show is packed with powerful insights and real strategies to help you succeed. Imagine yourself here, sharing your story, your expertise, and making a real impact with an audience ready to grow and thrive. With Laquita's Toolbox, you'll be inspired, empowered, and part of an incredible community that's all about winning. This is your moment. Don't miss the opportunity to be a guest on Laquita's Toolbox. Unlock new doors, connect with like-minded professionals, and elevate your brand to new heights. Ready to make your mark? Head over to www.laquitamonley.com, Laquita's Toolbox, and sign up to be a guest today.
Listen, you guys, this is Laquita's Toolbox Live coming at you today with none other than Mr. Archie Jenkins, Mr. 180, the CEO and founder of 180 Lyfe Magazine. Y'all don't want to miss this. If you're just tuning in, thank you so much for joining us on today's episode. Go ahead and ring that notification bell, hit those like, share, and subscribe buttons so you do not miss any episodes as we come to you every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. You don't want to miss any of these episodes, as well as on the Parade Deck, our wonderful military community, and the Daily Faith Network. You guys, thank you so much for your love and support. Stay tapped in, and let's get this broadcast out to as many people as possible. Mr. 180, you have been sharing with us and blessing us. Let me take a minute. I want to read. I know y'all be like, this lady so rude interviewing him, always looking down, because I'm looking at the comments, y'all. I'm looking at the comments. So we've had some good comments coming from both YouTube as well as here in our LinkedIn community. One of our viewers, Miss Ibrandia Perry, she says, this is some good stuff. She loves the information, the wisdom that you're providing, Mr. 180. And I agree with you. This has been some good stuff. Miss Lachelle Atkins says that it is so key that investing in ourselves is absolutely important. If we don't value ourselves, if we don't value our business, our brand, to invest in it, how can we expect others to invest in it? And so we got a question from the LinkedIn community. Miss Pamela Hilton, thank you so much for joining us on today. So Mr. 180, we have this question from Pamela. She says, would you suggest starting a new social media page or the social media suite? And what does social media, hold on, let me get the whole question out. Yep. So to make sure I understand her question, she has a social media page. This is my assumption. And Pamela, please jump in the comments and correct me if I have the wrong interpretation. She has a social media page and she wants to know, would you advise her cleaning that completely up and starting fresh, or just start being active from where she is?
It depends on where we're going. Again, it depends on where we're going. It's like a car. Do you clean out the car because we're picking up more people, or is it okay to ride like this and then clean when we get there? You know,
Mm.
I tell people this straight up. Your customers, your fans, they come from you. So, for example, I have the 180 Lyfe page, I have the 180 Show page, I got Dr. Karen Ezel's page. I have 12 social media pages, but my personal page is Archie J. Jenkins. Now there's an Archie J. Jenkins Sr. page that's there too. They did a cleanup type of situation. I feel more comfortable being on my regular social media. Now, you can go through and clean it up where it can say only me, where it's not deleting your stuff. You can see it, only you can see it. But I would advise, and this is just me, make you a business page for sure. You have to have your business page, but then make sure that you clean up that personal page as well, so then you can cross promote. I
Mm,
hope I answered her question correctly. But those are the things. Now, if you're at a time when you got you a corporate job now, or you got you a corporate sponsor, and we're talking big money here, and things need to change, you need to do a sweep, baby. Make sure that
mm,
you're doing everything to, because when you're going into these corporation meetings, a lot of people laugh at me. One thing I'm never going to change about myself is what I wear. A lot of people know I don't like wearing suits and I don't like wearing shoes. Now I will keep my shoes on the whole meeting, but putting on a suit just to walk in to ask for some money, and y'all don't even like wearing a suit, I refuse to do that. I'm going to stay authentic. But there are some things that a couple of corporations have asked me not to do. There's some things that a couple of, if you get upset with people, I have a corporation that sponsors me that said, if you get upset with people, do not put it on Facebook. So if
mhm,
you've noticed, those that are watching me, um, about 3 years now, even after the endorsement was done, it's just not necessary. I have a
mhm.
team of lawyers. I have a team of assistants that, my core team know what you did. If you did it,
Mhm.
I don't have to go and tell the world. And I think that came after my kids, because it's just like, okay, is that what I want my kids to know me for? Even though y'all come and tap in more when it's drama, when I'm mad, but I have to take the good with the bad. So
Right.
definitely make sure that you could do a mixture of both, but make sure that you get that company page, and post on it frequent. Consistency is key, guys. Consistency. I gotta speak on consistency. I'm sorry. Let me get this out, and I'm gonna give it back to you.
Go,
Guys, you
go, go,
have to be
go, go.
consistent. You have to be consistent. One thing about it, no company wants a person to endorse them or work for them if they're not consistent. Let's talk about musical artists. You have to have a song. You got to give them
Mm,
something. Let's talk
yeah.
about business owners. You have to have a product. You
Mhm.
have to continue to inspire. If you're a motivational speaker, you can't expect me to get you booked. In the last motivational speech you gave me was in 2022. Baby, that was 2 years ago. My coach told me the other day, she went on my website. Hey, I don't see the latest magazines. It looks like these magazines haven't come out for 4 or 5 months, and I know you working. So that tells me, okay, hey, I got to be more consistent with the website that matches the Facebook, that matches the Instagram, that matches the LinkedIn. I'm a person too where I'm on LinkedIn and I don't post that much on LinkedIn. And people are, hey, you need to post some more here, but it depends on what your end goal is. It depends on what your end goal. Who is your audience? you know who is your audience? Are you okay with being a mom and pop store, or are you trying to get on a national level? I
That's
don't
right.
want you to go through all this work and you're okay with being in the neighborhood, and then I'm ready to take you to a national level or international level, and you like, nah, I just wanted to go through the neighborhood and have a nice Tesla. That's it. And you could have told me at the beginning.
Right, right. You got to have a goal in mind. That's what rings in my head. And you said that at the top of the broadcast. Our end goal, we have to have an end in mind so we can map out the beginning and the middle, the road, create the roadmap to get there. And Pamela says that your answer was spot on. It was truly powerful. Thank you so much. Uh, Lachelle says that consistency being key is right on point, man of God. So listen, I know y'all loving these gems. Mr. 180 is sharing with us on tonight. Get this broadcast out to as many people as possible. Hit those like, share, and subscribe buttons so you do not miss any new episodes when we drop them every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook. Y'all don't want to miss it. Listen, stay tapped in. We're having a great conversation with Mr. 180. He has given us some life skills, baby, because consistency being key, that's not just in business, that's everywhere. And yes, people love drama, but I don't have to be drama filled in order to connect with my ideal customer. If my ideal customer is not drama filled, then why do I want that? I really love what you said when you said the brand that you were that was sponsoring you asked you not to put certain things on social media. And so you refrain from that. And even after that contract expired, within yourself you realize, you know what, that's the move, that's the way to go, and you continue to do that even today.
Yeah.
And I'm going to assume, and step in if I'm wrong, I'm going to assume that when you made that switch from how you handle your social media in that manner, that it did not hinder your business growth at all. It may have even helped you to acquire some new contracts and broaden with the type of clients that you work with.
It did help me get new contracts. It helped me broaden my reach. Then because one thing about it, nobody wants to be as much as y'all want to watch it, nobody wants to be attached to drama. We can
Mm,
look at what's going on now. People are removing themselves from the drama. They're
mhm.
removing themselves from even being friends on a social media site. Oh, I don't even want people to know that, because people, they, you want to watch it, but you don't want to be attached to it.
That's
You
real good.
know, and so um with me, it opened doors. I will never forget. I thought there was a relationship, a business relationship I was in that was going to be forever, and I had a tangent on Facebook. Somebody had did me so wrong. Like, y'all don't understand being an entrepreneur. If anybody knows the ups and downs, I've had people order services, do $1,000 photo shoot for branding, cards being printed, books, this, and then call their card and stolen. I've had like it, like I've
Mm,
had stuff. Whatever you can think of, it has happened to Mr. 180. And I used to go to Facebook and let me give you the receipts. Let me show y'all what's going on with me. But then the relationship with this particular person, which I can't say a name, it ended and it hurt me. And they
mm,
told me to my face, I can't be associated with stuff like that. And they had the clients that I wanted, that I thought God had sent. And in the end, God ended up showing me, hey, that wasn't even your people, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning. But at that time I was so hurt. And so
mm,
when my contract started with, I had to calm down on my social media, like I had to change what I do. And then it ended. I was like, okay, I don't want to go through that hurt again. But
mhm,
then God began to open doors. And one thing, a lot of people see me around the celebrities. A lot of people know me for the viral moment with Patti LaBelle, going on the road with After Seven, just different, Stephanie Mills. I just was on with Calvin Richardson yesterday. A lot of people know me from that. And
mhm,
let me explain something to you about these celebrities and these bigger brands and these corporations. They have enough money and enough time for somebody on their team to sit and scroll through 2 to 3 years worth of Facebook posts to really see what you have going on.
mm,
So that told me, okay, I have to be consistent in the new Facebook me, the new, and I've had kickback from that. Somebody told me, well, you don't never say if anything's wrong. You're just so unreal. Like no matter which way you go, you're not going to be able to make everybody happy. But
right,
one thing about it, when you want to be in the corporate world and you want to run a business with corporations who want to support you, nobody wants to be around drama, baby. I don't care what they say. Nobody wants to be around that. And so I just really had to be consistent with, I'm okay with people not knowing that I got screwed over. I'm okay. Things happen in my camp so much that I'm
mhm,
used to it. I send my camp a text message. What are we doing to fix this? We'll have it fixed in 2 or 3 days. There's no need to alert the world that we
mhm,
going through. Everybody's going through stuff. So I just it's a different mindset, and God has opened up doors to make
mhm.
sure that just because one person did this or that person did that, more people are coming. And that's the
Absolutely.
thing. It goes back to consistency. People didn't people think that, oh, I just woke up and these celebrities were calling me and this, that, and the third. No, I put together a whole year of magazines with nobody bought. My mama was the
Mm.
only one buying the magazine. My cousin was the only. This is when they was foggy and bad, and I was taking pictures. Whatever you sent me, I was taking it. And it was just really, I had to show people I'm not going nowhere. And then
Right.
I started building better. I took a class for graphics. I took a class for what I wanted. I really invested into what I wanted. I didn't go to college for magazine and marketing. I went to college for to be a mortician. That's what if I graduated college for mortuary services. But I've made it successful because I sit up till 3 o'clock in the morning and study. Okay, what did Ebony do? What did Jet do? This is what,
Mm,
the magazines I used to look up to. What did they do? How are they staying with the times? What is going on? And then I realized I want to just help people. I want
mm,
people to understand at the end of the day, I want you to feel good about what you're doing. I want you to be inspired. So yeah, I do my award shows every year. Yeah, I do have the good parties and stuff that, not parties, but really just networking events where people can come together and network. I'm bringing people in a room that you might not even know, but they live right across the street from you. So yeah, I do push support. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And I want the world to understand we can come together as a people, as a small
mhm.
business community, as a Christian, whatever your background is, and we can work together. And we can say, hey, you know what? I got somebody that can do this. It's just really supporting and really being realistic of where you want to go, you know. And again, invest in yourself, because them photos with everybody knows me. I use the black suit. When you see that picture, oh, this is a real businessman. And this is, oh yeah, the image is clean, it's cut, it's straight to the point. And God has blessed me with that photo to walk in rooms that I never even thought that I was qualified for or even asked to be in.
Come on now. Listen, we're gonna have to have you back on that story because that's a story. So look, I got a question from you from the LinkedIn community about about press releases. And the question is, how important are press releases and how often should we do them?
I tell people do a press release every quarter. You want to be able to, when they put your business or yourself on Google, it to pop up. Every quarter, you should be having something new going on anyway. Um, Sometimes people can't afford every quarter. I say every 6 months. Um, don't go to the same one over and over and over. Kind of move around. They're very important. That is what gets you the Google rankings. That is, it's sad to say, but people don't want to believe just in one person. Oh, I can tell you all day. I met Patty LaBelle. I met whoever, and I'm working with them. You don't believe it until you see it and read it. And it's sad that we're in a country like that, but that's how we are. People don't want to support you until you're in Google or in. When I first got on Amazon, people weren't buying the magazine. When I did the partnership with Amazon, I told nobody about the partnership. We did the partnership. Before you know it, people that knew I've been selling this magazine went and bought all the issues because they didn't want to go on my website and buy it. They wanted to go on Amazon. So press releases is very, very, very crucial. Use that to push your value. If you're a motivational speaker, you're an artist, and people are booking you. Oh, I've been in this. Use all those. Yeah, they do stories on me. Yeah, I've already done a story with this one. Da, da, da. The cost of me just went up $250. you
Hmm.
know and you have to use it as leverage. Yes, they want you to pay to do these certain things, yeah, because they helping you. That's helping you. That's investing in yourself. Add it into your marketing budget. Every year you should have your budgets together. Okay, we're going to use X amount of dollars to do marketing. You know, put them press releases every quarter. Hey, okay, I need a press release. I need to be in a magazine. I need to do this amount of interviews. There's some interviews that are free. Some of them are worth $300, $500. It depends on where you're trying to go. but you have to be consistent with it. Because if I Google you and the last interview you had was in 2021,
Mm.
and or I say, hey, can you send me a link to your stuff? And you send me some stuff from 2020. It's like, okay, so what you been doing? And then you want to give me this long story and da da da. And unfortunately, I have ADHD, so it's not that I don't like you. It's just the fact of my brain doesn't work the way that your brain works. After two sentences, the baby's crying, they need me, and everything stops. And then, okay, you know what? I'm put the baby down. I'm about to go get on the computer and do this. I'm about to go do that. Before you know it, now I'm on live with Quita Monley, and I ain't got time to read your whole life story. You know, when you could have just put it in the link and I could have got to it when I did, you know?
Listen, that's for real though. So consistency, again, that goes back to consistency. We have to show up. If we don't believe in our brand, if we don't believe in our, let's start with ourselves. If we don't
Yes.
believe in ourselves that this what we're doing, whatever it is you're doing, that it is a part of God's divine purpose for my life. And if I'm not investing in me, even if that's sweat equity, everybody has to start somewhere. So we
Yep.
we fully realize that a lot of the things we're talking about on this evening require financial input. Um, and maybe you're starting at a place where that's just not possible. There's so many other ways that you can invest in yourself in order to get you started and to get you to where you're wanting to go. Because when you invest in yourself and you show up and people can track that growth, right? Then they're more inclined to invest in you when you get to that stage where you're saying, okay, even if it's in your quote, quote, warm market within the people who you really know and love, your mama, your daddy, your
Mhm.
sister, your brother, your uncle, your best friend, all of those people. I don't care if you ask them but for $5 a month. I remember when I started this podcast, um, and I was self-financing it. And then we came into like the second season. And I knew that in order to continue to do it and do it effectively, self financing wasn't going to work in order for me to get to where I believe God wanted the podcast to go. And so I sent an email, text messages, DMs, you name it. I was getting on my friends and family's nerve. And I went out to this site called Buy Me a Coffee. Buy Me a Coffee says you can invest in and donate $5 a month and you can make tiers. People that you know and love will give you $5 a month if you're showing up consistently. They might even give you $5 a week if you're showing up consistently. And if you have 10 people giving you that, that can change the game for your business because that's less money out of your pocket. People
Yeah.
who are listening and been blessed by it. My husband was stationed in Kuwait doing some work, and he would play my podcast. And some of his coworkers were like, "Oh yeah!" And before I knew it, I started seeing my Buy Me a Coffee link from these people that I really don't know, but they would leave a comment. And these are some of my husband's colleagues who happened to have heard it and said, "Okay, I
Wow.
like that," and they'll donate to you. What was the key to that? Now they wasn't giving Monley's wife $5 because she's Monley's wife, because
Yeah.
that's not how that works. Like
Yeah.
they were giving the $5 because they found value in the content that I was creating, and I was consistently creating that content. And so they were willing to donate 5, 10, 20, $100, however much, don't put a cap on it. But if you're not showing up consistently and putting in your sweat equity,
Yeah.
how do we expect people to put in financially into something that you're yourself are not investing in some type of way? And that's what I heard Mr. 180 say in this last bit of the podcast. You got to show up consistently, and you have to be representative of your brand and your social media life and your for real life. Because when you're showing up as your authentic self, that audience will be attracted to you, and you'll begin to
Yeah.
see growth in the things that you're doing. Man, Mr. 180, LinkedIn is loving on you today. Thank you
I
so much
love
for
y'all too.
joining
Thank you.
Mr. Ronnie Cyrus, Miss Ronnie Cyrus Jackson. She said you are giving great tips out here in these social media streets, Mr. 180, because he is. Lachelle
I
says people
appreciate
don't always know how to support if we do not ask. That's so very true.
That is
You
true.
have to ask. You have to ask. Now, can you elaborate on that a little bit, Mr. 180? And I know we are like, oh, 8 minutes at time. So I'm gonna say this is the last question, right? As a as a entrepreneur, how do we put together the ask? How do we put together the ask for those that are like those that are under the mistaken impression that if they build the field, they will come, like the Field of Dreams, the movie, the ask is required. How do they, what's the first step for someone to take or they can do to overcome that fear of sales? Like, yes, you have to sell yourself.
That's crazy because I just was in a meeting before I jumped on here with a client, and that was their question. Well, what are we selling? First off, I had to explain to him, you got to know what you're selling. You got to know, like, you have to be the answer. And then that's going to give you the question. Okay, what am I fixing for people? Me, I know technology. I know I have connections. I travel for work. So let me make the connections for you. And then so you have to know your answer. Number 2, you don't have to start off the issue with people because they think, and I'm gonna tell you this, there might be people that might give you thousands of dollars, but you got to start off small and work your way up. Okay, boom. For me, it really took, my first package was $20, and it's not, it was $20. Like, and I was nervous asking for $20 because I didn't ask nobody for anything. I'm kind of like, um, Laquita, I was self-funding everything. So you have to start small. And once you get that in, like, oh, people will pay for what I'm doing. People, you'll start getting a standard, not cocky, in the humblest way possible. That, okay, you know what? The least you can give me is a burger and some fries. You know what I'm saying? The least you can do is $20. You know what I'm saying? Then before you know it, you'll come up with campaigns and you'll package it correctly. Where I like what you said, where, okay, you're investing sweat and tears, maybe sweat and tears. You might not have monetary value. Guess what you can do? You can get on YouTube and you can sit there and watch. How did they build this? How did they build that? Take your notes. Go to YouTube University. Take your notes. Build it. Okay, you know what? When I get an extra little money over here, I'm gonna buy a used MacBook. Or you know what? I'm gonna get a small, slowly but surely put it together. Then, like she said, find your mama, your daddy, sister, brother. Hey, look, I'm trying to get a microphone. Or, hey, I'm trying to do this, that, and the third. Not everybody, and I want to put this out there. Once you get to a point where you understand everybody is not going to support you like you expect them to,
Mm-hmm.
you will come to the conclusion that, you know what, I have to go find the people that will. I was
Mm-hmm.
blessed where my family didn't support like I thought they would, So guess what? I'm blessed to have a group of strangers that didn't know me when I was 8 years old and didn't know me at 14 that now they're supporting. So you have to really, I say, start small. Say, you know what? Make your goal, set your goal. Okay. This microphone right here that I'm using was $358. Okay. I want the one below it. It's $100. 5 people give me $20. I can get it. Okay. Why am I giving you 20? Figure out what is your why. Oh, because look, this is what you're supporting. Make sure you understand. Hey, and be grateful. Everybody wants, if I give you anything, if I give you a sip of water, be grateful. Say thank you. Let people know because you're not entitled to anything. And that's where a lot of business owners mess up because you think people are supposed to come to your store. People are supposed to buy from you. No, baby, I can go to Walmart and get it a lot cheaper. I choose to come to your establishment. I choose to do these things. So be grateful. And I believe that's how my career really took off. I'd be so grateful that anybody even picks up a magazine, buys a magazine, let me come in the room with them. I just, a lot of celebs I work with, I don't be knowing who they are, number one. But I try to do my research before I get there. And it's just really so grateful to be in the room. So Now I get to a point where, okay, like right now I'm working on a project for February, and I'm scared to ask for sponsorship, but I have a team together that's going to package it correctly and send it to who it needs to go to and make sure that it's professional. Because I'm not sending you $1,000 through Cash App. I'm sorry. Make sure you
Come on.
got your stuff together, that you
Yes.
can give me some paperwork saying that I gave towards you, to what you have going on. And don't mix the two. Oh, I need a burger, but I need a microphone. No, what are you asking me for? You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like, let me know. So make sure you have the necessary steps before you go just asking for stuff, because it don't work like that. Because there are people, I got people in my network, they want to know, what do you need, how much do you need, why do you need it, what is
Hmm.
my money going towards, how soon will I see it, what is my rate of return. And you got to be prepared. You can't get upset because they asking you questions about their money.
Not at all. Because listen, just think about that parent-child relationship. My
Hmm.
my parents wanted to know what I was doing with everything and why I'm doing it. And let me just be honest. I have 5 adult children, and we will give unto them. We will bless them. But if I have to bless you financially, I'm in your business.
Do you hear me?
So they do not
That.
like to ask because I'm in your business now. So when we are asking investors, because that's what these people are, they're investors. When we're asking people to invest in us, that gives them the right to be in our business. And we
To go
should
through
be
all your
happy
social
to
media.
share it. Exactly.
To go through all your social media, go through. But that's the thing, when you're asking and you have your vision written down and your
Mhm.
purpose written down, make it plain written.
Yes,
It's right here. Here you go. Boom. This
exactly.
is what I'm trying to do. This is where I'm trying to go. This is what I need. And they can
Exactly.
choose, hey, this is who. And I tell people, out of 100 text messages, 3 people will get back with you.
That part. That part. Oh, we're gonna have to talk about that too. The how that works with the number of people and your reach outs. Look, I told you I had one last question because we was at the time. I keep getting more questions in the comments. Listen, Mr. 180, you're gonna have to go out to LinkedIn and jump on some of these some of these questions, like
I
real
definitely will.
quick. Like we got 4 that I have not had a chance to get to. But one of them was, with how do you personally repurpose old accomplishments and old press releases that were picked up? You know, do you repurpose them? And if so, how do you repurpose them?
I'm always sharing. You can never, I'm always sharing old content. You can always, she said repurpose, recycle, whatever word you're using to, yes, because you always want to be able to use it as content. Um, I'm always letting people know this is where I've been published, but I screenshot it, put it back out there. Facebook will pop up every memory every year. Oh man, and you click it. I click share every year. Oh man, I remember when I did this. You know, there's sometimes there was a moment in my career where we were using the same picture over and over and over. So people were thinking it was the same press release, same thing. And no, it was something different. So it just really bring it back up, bring it back around. Um, Share it to all your socials again. I tell people in 3 months, and I have a client right now. He just did a big press release. I need you to share it to everybody in your phone, and then have your best friend, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever you know, they share it to everybody in their phone. And then in next month, you know what? We're gonna share it to all the social media sites 3 times a week. And then the last month, we're gonna do whatever yes, you gotta, because you gotta keep going to those sites to keep them Googleable. If nobody
Yeah,
clicks on them, they go down on the search. They gotta be clicked on to come back up on the search.
that's real good. Look, we got more questions, but I got 2 minutes. And in these 2 minutes, I need you to let everyone know, Mr. 180, how can they connect with you?
You definitely can go to 180life.com, 180lyfe.com. If you are on Facebook, please type in Archie J. Jenkins. If you're on Google, you can type in Archie J. Jenkins, and literally everything about me will pop up. Instagram, 180life _ 180 show. LinkedIn, Archie J. Jenkins. I think it's senior. I think it does have the senior on the LinkedIn, but it is 180 Lyfe Enterprise Magazine. Yeah, you guys, listen, tap in with me, tap in with me, tap in. I am so excited. I love to talk to people. I love to manage, PR manage. I love to travel. I am everywhere in everybody business. But I'm grateful for the career that I've had. And 180 Lyfe, we would like to connect with you. I do have a special going on. If you are ready to be featured in a magazine, I do have a special going on. So tap in with me, hit my inbox. Tap in with Miss Laquita Monley. She got to connect with me. You know, all my endorsements have me all over their websites as well. Big shout out to Sin Styles, Sophomore Music, Z Speaks. I got to do that. And okay, I'm done. I'm my bad.
No, you are good. You are good. Listen, y'all. Mr. 180, you're going to have to come back for part 2.
I'm ready.
Soon, very, very soon, we're going to come back for part 2. Look, everybody that has joined us across all of the various social media platforms, as well as on the Parade Deck community and in the Daily Faith Network community, we appreciate you. We love you. Until next time, I am your host, Laquita Monley. This has been a fantastic episode of Laquita's Toolbox Live. We will see you guys again next week. Take care and God bless.
Are you ready to take your business, career, and mindset to the next level? Then it's time to join the conversation on Laquita's Toolbox. Whether you're an entrepreneur, leader, or someone just looking to level up, this show is packed with powerful insights and real strategies to help you succeed. Imagine yourself here, sharing your story, your expertise, and making a real impact with an audience ready to grow and thrive. With Laquita's Toolbox, you'll be inspired, empowered, and part of an incredible community that's all about winning. This is your moment. Don't miss the opportunity to be a guest on Laquita's Toolbox. Unlock new doors, connect with like-minded professionals, and elevate your brand to new heights. Ready to make your mark? Head over to www.laquitamonley.com, Laquita's Toolbox, and sign up to be a guest today.